Doug Smith, Duane Plapp, we're back for another RGA Weekly Webinar. I'm not in my car this week, Duane. I'm at a coffee house up in Mason. I thought you'd be happy to know that I'm not sitting in a parking lot somewhere.
I'm sitting here in a coffee mug as well, baby.
There you go. There you go.
In the Duane Plapp Coffee House.
All right. Today's topic, I think, is such a solid one because as salespeople, so many times, and I was guilty of this early on in my career, you walk in with the idea that you're going to sell this person because you're thinking of you. You're thinking of that commission check. You're thinking about what you're going to do. You're thinking about the bills you got to pay and everything else. You're not thinking in terms of the customer. And where you really become the top of your game is you're walking in and you're creating that buying atmosphere, not the selling atmosphere. So what are some of the tips that you would offer up to someone watching this right now on the sales end on creating that buying atmosphere?
The first thing to remember is it's all about them. It ain't about you. Okay. The minute you start to think about it's all about me, okay, you're doomed and your closing ratio is going straight to hell in a handbasket. What you're gonna do is it's all about them. And I think I even used this illustration last week about the guy in the elevator. But the thing is, when I would get into a person's house and I was selling life insurance back in the 70s, all my buddies would go into this needs analysis things, and when he got done, the guy needed to buy $5 million of life insurance to protect his family. The guy, first of all, can't comprehend that. He has no interest in buying that. So what I used to do was this: I would say, "You brought me here for one reason. You want to buy some life insurance, okay? How much money can you afford to spend? Okay, and what kind of product do you want to buy?" And I let them do the talking. I shut up, let them talk. They'll talk. Let's say, Duane, I want to spend $25 a month. I want to spend $100 a month, or whatever. And I simply say, fine, sign here. We're done. Let them buy, because people buy because they have a need or a want. One of the two. And probably another story is the best one of all time for me as far as the want. I remember about 2003 or 4 when the iPhone. You got music going on in your background there? It's loud and crazy. Dancing in the background?
No, I'm just at the coffee shop. They've got music playing. I don't know.
Crazy. So anyway, we were my son and I, we were all in Las Vegas, okay, for a show, and iPhones were just coming out. So Matt says to me, he says, "Dad, I gotta have this new phone that's coming out." I said, "What do you mean this new phone?" He said, "Well, tomorrow morning we're going to the Apple store downstairs in Caesars, okay? And they open at 8:00 and we got to be there at 8." Well, next thing you know, Sam's saying, "Hey, Dad, I got to have one of them too." So do you really need an iPhone? No, but Dad, we got to have it. We got to have it. That's the latest. What do those things cost? They're about $800. I said, "Excuse me?" So I'm going to spend $1,600 because you boys want the iPhone, not I need iPhones. He says, "Yeah, Dad, got to have that. That's the neatest, greatest thing on the market." All right, fine. So next morning we get up and go down to the Caesars in the basement there, okay, in their mall, in the bottom floor. There's the Apple store. There's a line, I bet you 3 blocks long getting in the store. And I'm going, all these people got to have an iPhone? The want is great. So people either buy because they need it or they want it. In this case there, the boys wanted it. So that we bought them. Had nothing to do with need, had something to do with want. Someone created a want. Now, the other thing, okay, is if I got a picture I'm going to hang in my house, like you just said, and I need a hole in the wall, maybe I got to go buy a drill because I need a drill, not because I want a drill. So there's 2 types of things, need and a want. But the thing is, you got to determine if you're in sales, which one it is. And you got to, like you just said, create that buying environment rather than the selling environment. Sell the person what they're looking for.
And I think one point with your story on the life insurance, when you show up at the house, when you get them talking, they're giving the reasons. It's not that they want to sign that piece of paper and go, "I have life insurance." Why are they buying it? To cover the kids, to cover the wife, to cover this. The more they talk, they're the ones saying it, not you. So whether you're selling to restaurants like we do, or you're selling cars or whatever, the more they talk, they're giving the reasons. They're essentially selling themselves. You're just creating the whole buying atmosphere.
That's why God gave you one mouth and two ears, so that you could actually listen to people talk. Okay, people again, and that's like the name of my program. It's called Sales Without Selling. What we do is help you create sales without having to sell. And the whole thing is, it's all about listening, and it's all about them. The more you are about them and not about you, the better your sales are. My closing ratio when I was selling life insurance was right at about 95%, because guess what? I didn't care what they bought. As long as they bought something, okay, I let them, like you just said, talk themselves right into, they would tell me exactly what they want to do, and I'd simply say, fine, we can do that. All I need to have you do is sign here and write me a check, and we're done. And they would do that, because guess what? They were buying. I wasn't selling. I was creating a buying environment, like my program is, creating sales without selling.
Excellent. So don't overthink it. Have a conversation, get them talking, ask questions. And the other part of it is too, I used to tell my sales staff when I was a manager down in Texas that clients can smell BS a mile away. And if you're asking legitimate, yeah, if you're asking legitimate questions, you really come across, look, I care. I'm asking you questions because I want to find out if what I have is a need or not. Can it fit? And if so, how exactly are you going to use it? And what's the best way to, be able to, what product I would end up putting you in? And if you come across this fake, they can smell that a mile away. And if you just ask good questions and you get them talking, their wall comes down. Because the other adage that I heard years ago, the less you talk, the smarter you look. And if you ask a couple questions and they start talking, you look smarter and smarter because you're listening to them. You're just nodding your head.
The number one show on TV is all about listening, and it is NCIS, okay, and with Gibbs, and he has been on that show the show's been on 18 or 19 years now, okay, and Gibbs is the strongest suit is he listens. People will talk. I see so many shows with him where he's sitting there, a person is talking to him, okay, and they're telling him about their problems, and they go, "Boy, Gibbs, thanks for helping me out." All he did was listen. They talked. They solved their own problem because all he did was he let them talk. So guess what? The number one show on TV is all about listening. Hello, America. Hello. As what's the face used to say? WLW, what was his name? The barbecue guy.
Gary Burbank.
Gary Burbank. Hello,
yeah, Gary
America.
Burbank. Nope, that's it. Good stuff. Good stuff, Duane. Appreciate it. Good information. You and Mama Plath enjoy the weekend. I think tomorrow's supposed to be nice, and Mother's Day is supposed to be rainy and crappy. So you guys enjoy the lake tomorrow.
Well, we'll be doing that. They'll be probably having a little cigar and a little bonfire and a little beer on the weekend. Cha-ching, baby.
That sounds good. You have a good one, and I'll see you in the office sometime next week.
Cha-ching. You have a super nice day.
You too. See you, sir. Bye.
Bye-bye.